AITA for wanting a say on how my wife spends her inheritance? We've been married for about 4 years and have no children. She just will be receiving a 6-figure inheritance from a late family member. She's making plans to buy a new car, take us on vacation, looking at high-end clothing and purses. She really wants this $10,000 Italian purse, so it'll probably be the first thing she'll buy, and a French bulldog. I'm apprehensive with her plans. We're 3 years into a 25-year mortgage. I told her we should use the majority of her inheritance to pay down that mortgage since that'll save us hundreds of thousands in interest. She still owes about $60,000 in student loans, which I think she should pay off. I think she should splurge a little but invest the remaining in a mutual fund for a rainy day. Her argument is that the mortgage and her student loan payments are scheduled and we scheduled them because we can comfortably pay those payments. She also argues there's nothing safe about the market, even with mutual funds, so she could lose it all and will never again be able to afford her dream purse. She said she's been driving the same car since college and it's almost 10 years old. Lastly, she said it's her inheritance and while she'll listen to my suggestions, she gets final say on how it'll be spent. We've been discussing this and going around in circles for days. While I do understand it's her money, I can't help but think of the hundreds on thousands of dollars we'll be saving in interest. Update. I've been reading your responses and I have to clear up some things. Some of you said that she shouldn't pay off our mortgage because it's her money and I would benefit from it. I make more than she does, so when we bought our house, we decided I should pay 3/4 and she pay 1/4 for the life of the mortgage. I was willing to pay more for our benefit, so I don't see how it's different from asking her to pay off the mortgage. Some of you said that she should get a new car since hers is almost 10 years old. My car is about the same age and I plan to drive it until it doesn't work anymore. I invest the money I save by not buying a new car and I get a healthy return from that money. Some of you said that legally it's her money and not mine, which is true. But when I get my bonus every year, we spend it together. I know it's legally her money too, but realistically she's not helping me at work and I earned that money by myself, yet I share it with her. Legality aside, we're partners in life and I think building a stable financial situation is much more important than vacations, a purse, and a dog. Update 2. I read your comments and talked to my brothers and decided to bring equality into our marriage. I sat down and went through all of our bills and receipts. I was paying 3/4 of our mortgage, 3/4 of the property tax, all of the house's maintenance cost, almost all of the groceries, almost all of anything we bought for the house, all of the utilities including our cell phones, almost all of our activities outside of the house including dinners and dates, and insurance for our cars. I paid for all of those things without a second thought before because we were partners and I make so much more than she does. I sat her down last week and showed her the total of our spending, then told her that since her financial situation has drastically changed, she is now responsible for half of it all. That started arguments like we've never had before. I argued that she can now afford to be financially responsible for half of our lives, so she should be. She responded by reminding me that her inheritance is legally hers alone and not ours, so I can figure that into our cost while our salaries are legally ours, which is why we use them to pay for our living expenses. I argued that while she is legally correct, she's morally wrong, and this is how we're moving ahead, as equals. We haven't spoken to each other since then except for a few texts. We go to bed in silence and leave for work without waking each other up. She's not the woman I thought I married, and it's gotten to the point that I question our future together. I went to see an attorney and found out our state set limits on alimony based on the length of the marriage, if the other spouse is employed, and the separate financial state of the parties. My attorney said since we've been married for only 4 years, she works full-time, and her recent inheritance, there's an excellent chance I'll have to pay very little in alimony for about 3 years and a good chance I won't have to pay anything all at. The messy part is that we'll have to divide all of the marital assets. I haven't called my attorney back and will spend the weekend pondering my future.